Okay, and we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Just depends on where you are in the world and when you are watching this video, this broadcast. Hopefully, you're watching us live today. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. Welcome to Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. Lyonsview Realty, we launched Financial Fridays to help you stay current on those trends that impact your bottom line. And our goal is to provide you with resources, information, and tips to assist you in making the best financial decisions. So I just want to welcome you. I'm so glad that you tuned in today. Please feel free to like, share this broadcast, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, Lyonsview Realty. If you have any questions, you can put those in the comment section and we will definitely get back to you. So, today we are going to be talking about savings. Yes, this is part of our savings series. I think before we were talking about the importance of um, saving for an emergency. And basically, savings is just setting aside money. It's an opportunity for you to plan for your future, to achieve whatever goals you have. And also, the purpose of this particular broadcast is to help you build your savings skills. So, you may want to take a vacation, you may want to purchase a house, you may need emergency fund money for something that comes up, your car breaks, you have an issue or a situation at the house, different things that may come up. You might have a medical emergency. So savings is a very, very important thing to do, to set aside money so that you can be able to enjoy your life in the way that you so choose. So, what we're going to focus on in this broadcast is the importance of the location of where you put your money, right? The importance of the location of where you put your money. So, the two most important things that you want to look at is what is going to be your return on investment at the place where you store your money, and how safe is your money in that location. So, there are a lot of different places where you can save your money. You can put it in a bank account, you can put it in a credit union, you can put it on a prepaid card. You could save at home. Um, and something that I'm not going to talk about in this broadcast, but you can also put it in a savings plan with your employer, a 401k, or a retirement type savings plan. I'm not going to talk about that today, but I believe we will have someone who comes on to speak about that type of savings specifically. But the four we're going to discuss today is the bank account, the credit union, prepaid cards, and home. I remember a situation where um, my daughter was in the house and I had some money laying around, and she picked it up and said, "Ah, I found some money." Well, no, that money doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the house or the, the, the place where the money is stored. So, whether you've got it tucked away or it's out in the open, the physical entity that houses your money owns that money, so you can't find money in a bank and say that's your money. You can't find money at someone's house and say that's your money. No, it belongs to the institution. So we're going to talk about one of the safer institutions, which are banking institutions. And what are the pros of that? Well, the basic pro is it's federally insured. What does that mean? It keeps it safe from loss, disaster, theft, anything. They are keeping your money and they say they have $2 in the account in your name. You can know that that $2 is going to be available to you. which leads to the next point. It's easy to access. You know, you can get your money pretty much at any time. The cons are their fees associated with that account. Sometimes they require a balance limit. They There's different levels of interest that you might earn on that particular account. Um, so it's a balance. It's a dance. You know, there are things that are really great, meaning your money is definitely very safe and easy to access, but you are going to pay for that privilege. You're going to pay for that money being in that account, and they control that by the limits of, they may say you have to have a minimum of so much money to earn a particular interest rate. And some of the options to banking institutions are online banks. So, online banks and banking service providers, they basically offer desktop and mobile banking services without physical branches, right? And because they don't have a physical branch, they don't have that overhead, you get a higher interest rate. That's a major pro. Some of the cons, you really need to be comfortable with technology, right? If you are not comfortable using a computer, or you are not comfortable um, using your phone to do your banking transactions, an online bank is not the best option for you. But the best thing about it is you do get higher interest rates. So I'm going to talk about several online banking alternatives, and I'm going to go really quickly, so you might want to grab a pen. Um, this was based on an article put out in March of 2021. So, we're in June now. So some of the data may be a little dated, but these particular online banks have both checking and savings accounts possibility. So the first one is called Chime, Chime. And Chime gives customers free access to 60,000 ATMs. So there are some physical locations, um, but they charge a fee for out of network ATMs. I think it's like $2.50 per transaction. You must visit their green dot location in order to deposit cash, and you may be charged a fee to do that. Chime also allows its customers to receive pay up to 2 days earlier if they do a direct deposit. So they have a mobile app. Their mobile app ratings are pretty high, um, and they're an Apple. If you have the Apple Store, if you're in Team Apple, they have you can get the app in Google Play on the App Store. China is not a chartered bank, but they do work with the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. So what that does is it insures bank behind the scenes, so that your funds are definitely insured with Chime. So that was number one. The next one is called Radius. So Radius has checking account has cashback rewards, and you earn a bit of interest. So as a customer, you have access to thousands of ATMs and their Money Pass and some networks. Radius also has no cap on ATM fee refunds for the customers who use the ATMs if you're out of their network. Radius savings accounts earn an interest rate of about 0.15% APY, and its CD rates are pretty competitive. So their app has pretty good reviews in the Apple App Store as well. Another online institution is Discover Bank. So Discover savings account earns about a 0.40% APY, and the rates for its certificates of deposits are pretty competitive. They have a cashback debit account offer, which offers 1% cashback per month on up to $3,000 in debit card purchases. Discover also has more than 60,000 free ATMs, and they have a mobile banking app which has pretty high ratings from its customers. The next online is Alliant Credit Union. Yes, credit unions can be an online bank. Alliant offers 0.55% APY on its high rate savings account. So that's much higher than average because usually you get like 0.06% or less on API on savings accounts at traditional banks. So their high rate checking account also has a 2.5%, 0.25, not 2.5, 0.25% APY and share certificates. So that's pretty above average as well. You have to qualify for an Alliant membership based on their general requirements, and you can do so by becoming a member of the charity Foster Care to Success. So if you're a member of the charity Foster Care to Success, Alliant will pay the $5 membership fee on your behalf. There you go. The next one is called Varo, Varo, Varo. Vero offers a checking and savings account, but it doesn't offer certificates of deposit. So the savings account comes with a baseline of 0.2% annual percentage yield, and that becomes 3% if you meet some monthly requirements. You can receive $1,000 or more in direct deposit, have monthly savings balance below 5,000, and have checking and savings balance of no more than $0. So there are some limits and fees for the cash deposits. And the only way a Vero customer can deposit cash is by going to a third party retailer that participates in the Green Dot Network. So that could be a 7-Eleven, a CVS, or a Walgreens. If you want to withdraw your money or your cash, you can use an ATM in the Allpoint network for free. So use of non-Allpoint APMs that would cost you about $2.50 fee from Vero, in addition to any fees that the ATM owner may charge. So not a bad deal. A Nationwide Bank. I'm sure some of you have heard of Nationwide Bank. Uh, Nationwide banking service providers deposit accounts are serviced by AXO Bank. So they're covered by FDIC insurance, which means that they're safe. It's in the Advantage checking account. Excuse me, if you have an Advantage checking account with Nationwide, it will earn you an interest rate of 0.445% APY. So you have to either set up a direct deposit of $1,000 or more per month, or make at least 10 transactions of $3 or more to get that 0.45% APY. If you meet both requirements, you can earn up to 0.9% on your checking account. That's pretty high. Nationwide, they also have a My Savings account, which earns up to 0.3% APY, but its certificate of deposit have rates that are lower than what you'd find in other financial institutions. So don't recommend them for that. So the apps for Nationwide have high ratings from customers, and they also have 24/7 customer support, except for Thanksgiving and Christmas, taking holiday off. The next one is called Tab, TAB Bank. Tab Bank's cashback checking account allows you to earn 1% on monthly purchases with no cap on earnings. And the bank refunds up to $15 monthly in ATM fees. So to qualify for these benefits, you have to make at least 15 transactions per month with a minimum $5 per transaction. And there must be at least one direct deposit bill pay transaction or fund transfer monthly. They have what's called a high yield savings, and that earns you 0.5% APY, which is pretty good. And its certificates of deposits also have solid competitive rates. Their mobile app is rated pretty highly, and customers can manage their account, and they have standard features like mobile check deposit, which makes it pretty convenient for you. The other online bank, and a lot of people have heard about this one, is called Ally Bank. Ally Bank savings account offers 0.5% APY for its checking account, earns 0.10% APY for balances under 15,000, and it earns 2.25% for balances of 15,000 or more, which is still really pretty good. Its certificates of deposits have competitive rates as well. It doesn't allow you to deposit cash. So accounts must be funded by transfers from an external account. So you can't go to an ATM for them, but you can do a transfer from another account. And you can deposit a check via mobile or by mail by using a wire transfer. So that cuts down on their costs, but they turn around and give that back to you. They have a phone support that's available 24/7. They also have a website chat feature to help their customers. So I hope you were taking notes. If not, you can see the replay of the video on our YouTube channel, Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and go from there. So Marcus Gold and Sachs has one as well, UFB Direct and Synchrony Bank. They also have um, online banking that offer pretty competitive rates. And you want to check out what you are getting for your interest rate on your savings. A lot of times people don't look at that, but it's important to check out how much you're getting in your interest rate on that money because it's sitting there for a minute over time, and that money definitely adds up. So we're going to move on to away from online bank options and go to the next location where you can store your money, which is a credit union. So the pros of a credit union is they have lower fees than most banks. They are federally insured and your money is easy to access. The cons are fewer locations. Of course, they're going to charge you fees to access your money and to use your money. And most credit unions have an eligibility to join. So if you are a veteran, you might be a member of Navy Bank or Navy Federal Credit Union, which they do a lot of services for veterans. A lot of employers have credit unions associated with their institution. So you might have to be a member of a particular company to join certain credit unions. And some credit unions have other stipulations, so you have to check out what the eligibility is to join them. Another location for the location of your savings is prepaid cards. So basically, you use a card to access your money, and you load that money onto that card in advance. So you might load $500 or $1,000. So it's your money that you have there. So you've got easy access to that money. It's typically secured by a PIN, so it's pretty safe. And there's no bank or credit union account that is needed. So the cons are the fees could be typically higher, and they don't have any branch locations. But it is an option if you want to put money away, not have access to it, and kind of know where you're going. And the last place is home, or put it in a box and bury it someplace. Don't forget the location. But basically you're storing it in a hidden place in your home. Pros to that, there's no cost to you, and you can access it anytime you want. The con is that it's not safe. Somebody finds it, or someone is in your home and they think they have a right to it. Uh, you have that risk of theft. If you have a fire in your house or some sort of disaster, once that money is destroyed, you know, it loses its value because you no longer have access to it. So, just an overview, you can store money in a banking institution, a credit union, a prepaid card, or you can store it at home. Depending on where you store that money will determine what type of return on investment you have and how safe it is, and also how easily you can access it. So, what are your next steps? Your next steps is you want to make a plan. You need to identify your short and long term needs for your savings. If you're going to need that money in a month or in 2 weeks, you want to put it in some place that it's more easily accessible to you. A lot of the online banks require 24 to 48 hours to be able to access or get your money back to you. So you want to take all of those things into consideration when you need the money is important to where you might put the money. And if you're doing a long term CD or an investment account through your job, and we're going to discuss that in another broadcast. Those are long term needs. So that money is not going to be readily accessible to you, or if you've got it in a CD or some type of instrument that's not a physical location, you don't have access to that money. So you need to know what your goals are for the use of that money, your emergency fund. You need to get to that money. So ease of access is important, which identifying where you would store that money or where you would locate that money is based on your goals when you're going to need it. And you want to determine how much money you want to put in each location. So you want to diversify. So you may have some in your everyday banking account, a certain amount of savings. Um, you may have some, if you have a 6 month savings plan or an emergency savings plan, you might put that in something that you can't get to it. 24 hours is not a long wait, but it pays you a higher interest rate. So you may want to put some money there. And you definitely want to put money in instruments for long term savings. And we're going to discuss long term savings in a different broadcast. That wasn't for today, that was just for physical locations. But always keep some money in your wallet or around the house for things that you may want or enjoy, things that you might need. You got to give the kids lunch money or things like that. You got to pay your landscaper or, you know, just different miscellaneous stuff. So, depending on what your need is for that savings, will determine where you will store it and where you will locate those savings. So, I just want to thank you for uh, listening into this broadcast today. Definitely always want to be a resource to you. Financial Fridays is here to provide you with resources, information, and tips that impact your bottom line and help you make the best financial decisions. So I hope you receive something of value today. Always sending love and light out to anyone who has lost a loved one. If you have anyone in the hospital and you can't see them for whatever reason, um, shout out to everyone who is following the pandemic and the CDC guidelines. I just want to continue to encourage everyone to remain safe. Encourage you to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and stay safe. We will have a broadcast on savings and long-term secure investments, investment type strategies that will be coming up. But just glad that you tuned in today. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. Financial Fridays streams on Facebook and YouTube, so you can join us again on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch the live, but you can always catch the replay on Facebook or on YouTube. So until then, keep living your best life. Love you.